bad, too. All right, 5 years ago, on this very date.
5 years ago.
Which we are talking bloody, and Japan.
Ask a question or two.
Let me see what the date was. That was, that would have been 2005.
March 31st, right?
March 31st, 2005. Would that have been...
How do you not know this?
Huh?
Oh, you know?
You
of course.
don't know. No, he doesn't.
Yeah, I do.
No, he doesn't.
What is it, Jimmy?
I don't want to say it.
Why? This is why we do the radio. It sure does. Do we care about Karl Rove, the citizen's arrest story? I don't care about that.
I'm glad he got yelled at.
About him. Fuck him.
He just seems like a prick. He just seems like a privileged prick. But I could be wrong. I don't like his head shape.
Japanese rape games back in the news? We'll do that.
Of course it is. Why wouldn't they have a rape game in Japan?
We'll do that story. And some other things. But first, we're going to go backstage, see what's going on behind the scenes here at the Opie and Anthony Show.
And now, backstage with O&A. Here is Primetime Sam Roberts.
Got
Make love.
Well, besides that.
Make love. Listen, Jimmy.
What's creepier than two men making love?
Oh, fuck.
Now that's the definition of gay.
That is, yeah, two men making love, where they're not even going to come. They're just going to kiss each other with their jeans on and their shirts off.
More hot talk from your pals today. You want to do some rape shit?
That's funny.
Sure.
All right.
Let's do some rape shit.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
My God, that's terrible.
Yeah, not good.
Oh, Ted Christ.
Why don't we take a break?
Spreading the word of Ted.
Yes.
Japanese rape games back in the news. We're going to get into that story next. Stay there.
Hello, is this Australia? Is Corey there?
I'm trying to call a continent.
Who would you like, mate?
His name is Corey.
Do you have a last name?
No, but he's the guy from the news clip.
Huh?
Corey, the man on the computer. He has delicious nipple rings and a smooth chest.
Like me, could you please connect me with him?
Oh, hello, this is Corey.
It's him. It sounds he's got an accent.
Hi, do you have an XM?
Huh?
Okay, good. Could you talk to Opie and Anthony?
And that's how you executive produce.
Opie and Anthony, busy day. We got Philippe and Fredrik coming into the studio in a few minutes here. Now, they're big in Sweden, right? This was the show, I think, Roland went to Sweden.
They're big in Sweden.
Everybody enjoys them.
They apparently are on the cover of every magazine. I turned half Italian and half...
Please do that right in front of their faces.
Oh, yes.
Do you speak English?
Yes. We're from Sweden.
Oh, don't, please. That's just...
Disgusting.
And this was the show Roland went to Sweden for, right?
Yes. Yes. This is why we lost Roland.
Took Roland all the way.
Well, but then nothing came of it.
Yeah, he filmed segments for them, but nothing ever aired. But he says that they're bigger than Letterman and Leno over there, and that they're on every magazine and billboard and T-shirt. He says everybody worships.
Though? It's Sweden.
He says the
be real
Swedes
here.
worship him.
Let's be real
I mean
here.
them.
I don't know if you can be bigger than Letterman and Leno together.
That's what Roland said, and Roland does not exaggerate.
And in Sweden.
In Sweden.
But that's a big drop-off.
Yeah, when they say, like, he's the Michael Jordan in Sweden.
Yeah.
The in Sweden part kind of drops
Right.
it down a few notches.
exactly.
Just so right in.
In Sweden.
They're the U2 of Sweden.
Of Sweden.
Of Sweden.
What? Yeah,
Marilyn Manson was calling him gay when he was on their show.
Why?
Oh, he's
Are
crazy, Marilyn.
They seem a little gay.
Do they?
Yeah, Marilyn
In
Manson.
what way? Like real gay or just kind of into stupid stuff gay?
They're just like silly gay.
Beard rubbing or balls deep?
Beard rubbing. Yeah, can they do some beard rubbing? Do they have beards?
Roland, come on in.
Swedes
Roland knows about
Here's Roland.
the Swedes.
Are good friend Roland.
Roland, I saw a clip tape of this Philippe and Fredrik yesterday.
Dude, I am
Look at what
not
this son of a bitch is doing to you, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Or do that.
Cupcake time.
Jimmy just
Whatever.
got a box full of
I'm
cupcakes.
holding kumquats. What flavors are these, Roland?
Chocolate blueberry, banana, pistachio.
But
chocolate.
you know he doesn't like getting these things. He's trying so
trying to lose
hard to be a
weight.
slim boy.
What's wrong with your voice?
You look great. No.
Yeah, what's the
thanks.
matter with you?
What's up, Roland?
What happened to your voice?
I sound like a transvestite in the morning now.
Roland told me, I took him to a Ranger Islander game at the Garden, and Roland is working out, Anthony.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You look a little bigger in the shoulders now than you do in the midsection.
Yeah, it
So,
started.
you look like one of those guys that could definitely be really dangerous if you worked out.
But hold on, Roland.
roids.
Roland, how
No roids.
How much did you?
Okay.
How much did you
Damn
weigh
it.
before you started working out?
I didn't even look at the scale. I just looked in the mirror and go,
All right.
ugh.
It's safe to say Roland hasn't really exercised probably in his entire life. And I take him to a hockey game. He goes, "I'm running now." He started running 8 miles a day out of nowhere.
Really?
Not a half mile and work his way up, slowly. He
That
went
many?
from not working out at all to 8 miles a day.
8 miles a day?
Yeah.
Are you still doing the 8 miles a day since
Yeah,
I saw you
did,
last week?
yesterday in the rain, my buddy and I, we did 7 miles because I was just soaked. I was too cold. I couldn't do it anymore.
You, why don't you,
But if you're running 7 miles,
Treadmill.
how'd you get home?
What?
How did you get home? Because that means you're a mile. Okay, the cab.
Oh,
Because that means you're a mile away from home.
Why don't you just
Yeah, but
go
if you-
3.5 miles and then 3.5 miles, or 4 miles and 4 miles back?
You're talking to a Mexican. I don't know.
Yeah.
It sounded good for a minute.
He planned on running 14.
Oh, was that it? Yeah. I give up. Taxi.
Yeah, it's kind of like when I say Hibachi Park, I look back, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to run back.
Yeah.
He went running back, I'm like, yeah,
Taxi.
taxi.
7 miles, dude. That's fucking.
Yeah, that's too.
And your stupid Rangers beat my Islanders again last
I know, I
night.
saw that. The Islanders almost won.
Yeah, but your team's not making the playoffs either.
No, they're not.
All right, so
The Caps will win.
let's be sad together,
Yeah.
okay? Yeah, I want the Caps. I want
Really?
I want the Caps. Yeah.
Why?
Ovechkin.
Yeah.
One word, Ovechkin.
What does that mean?
He's some
It's
say,
Swedish.
Some say he's the best
Ovechkin.
player in the NHL right now, but there's some Crosby
Ever.
fans that would argue that point. So, and it would get ugly. So why don't we move on? Hey, Roland, Philippe and Fredrik.
Philip and Fredrik, yeah.
What?
Philip and Fredrik.
Well,
Philip.
why does he spell it like that? Why doesn't he spell it Philip then?
It's like when you go overseas, like the F is a P or
Philip is Felipe in this dirty country.
Philippe.
So it's Philip and Fredrik.
Yeah.
And this was the show that you moved to Sweden for, right?
Yeah. For a time I was booking over there for them, but they're massive over there.
Why don't you say this is the show you left your friends for?
Yeah, that's
You
true.
flat left us.
And they're about to get into the studio. Give us a couple minutes on them. I don't know. I
they're-
saw their reel of stuff they've done, but it's like a talk show.
Well, they do a talk show, then they do different. They started with High Chaparral, then they have their own talk show, and they do different things all the time. They're
Different
massive in
things all
Sweden.
the time in Sweden.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're gonna be massive here. They're funny guys.
In Sweden.
In Sweden, though. That's the
What you're
problem.
saying. Do they have the funny Swedish talk?
no,
Do they have that?
no,
No?
no.
They don't have any hinges on the end
They
of the
don't
words.
have a thing like this where they talk is like a Swedish.
No, those are like the women over there. They do, but
Yeah?
yeah, but they
What
don't.
do they sound like?
Hello, how are you?
Really? Like a regular American people?
Probably not though. I can't do impressions.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say, I bet they don't sound like that.
Roland really got into the Swedish culture, didn't you?
Yeah, I loved
Yeah?
it there. Yeah, it's awesome there.
What was
Yeah,
the-
I hear the women hubba hubba.
The
is what
brunettes
I
are
hear.
hotter, yeah.
Hubba hubba.
What's the hot restaurant there?
TGIF. They go, thank God it's Friday.
They go to TGI. They go to TGIF in Sweden. That's their big restaurant. They're all excited. They line up. And
They
wait for
line
hours.
up.
And wait for hours to go to a TGIF.
How good is the fucking TGIF? Oh, let's just bring them in. Let's bring these guys. Where are they?
All right. We'll talk to Philip and Fredrik. They're coming in.
Chip and
studio.
Ted are coming in.
Philip, Fredrik.
Oh, hey, how are you?
Oh, they
Look
do
at
know
the
each
love.
other.
They're feeling the
Whoa,
love.
look at that.
Look at this. Ambassadors. We're ambassadors, aren't we?
sir?
Look at they make
what's
the
up?
rounds, shaking everyone's hand. Very nice.
I met you guys.
No, you didn't.
Didn't we meet?
met him.
Down the hall, right outside of Scott's office.
We met briefly, yeah, with Scott.
Okay, sure.
I'm very impressed you remember him.
Yeah, I do. Very handsome.
I make
Quite an impression, yeah, that lasts. Oh, the gayest picture you've seen of us, that's on this screen. We appreciate that.
Yeah, we pulled that one up, and wow, does that look like you two are just in love.
Well,
that's when we released our novel, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah?
So we got a different sort of
Was that
look.
Ass Sex Without the Pain? What
Well, it was quite
novel
painful,
was that?
actually. It was quite
it? Yeah. No, that just kind of looks, yeah, you're holding each other. Well, you're holding his shoulders.
And Philip is looking slightly on top of over the camera.
Also younger.
Also younger, yeah.
Less ass fucked, I guess.
By the industry and also by people, probably.
Yeah, the industry will usually do a lot more ass fucking than your friends ever will.
Well, especially here, I guess.
Yeah. You got to watch here. It's not like Sweden. You know, you guys probably have the run of the joint over there, right? That's what I'm hearing. You guys, you're everywhere? Are you like the guys of Sweden?
Well, if we really were the guys, would we be here? I'm not sure. You
But
know?
you probably
I
not.
don't mean this studio, but America.
But no, we mean the studio. Believe me, we're wondering why you're here.
Yeah.
It's like we're,
Well, we have friends in high places, as you know.
Roland.
Yes.
Good old Roland. I can't believe you guys know Roland.
Has Roland has told you the story about when he went to Sweden?
No.
He's told a few, but
but he's left out some details. So why don't you guys tell us a little Roland story?
Yeah.
Well, we don't have that many Roland stories, but he was sent to Sweden to be.
Did he get in trouble? Because he said he thought the age of consent was 2.
That doesn't get you in trouble in Sweden. So that's okay.
No, it's a very liberal country.
No, I think he actually did okay. Unfortunately, the entire segment we did with him had to be cancelled. We still feel bad about that, Roland. That was your international break. That didn't happen.
Why did it have to be canceled?
Well, terrible camera equipment. It's got nothing to do with Roland.
Oh, really? It was technical glitches
technical
and issues.
Yeah.
Oh, Roland.
Roland.
See,
You
brought
all that talent wasted.
And he brought his brother
glitch.
also.
Yes, Roger.
Yeah.
Who's bigger than Roland? A bigger version of Roland.
Have you started running, Roland? Is that true?
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Okay, how far so far?
8 miles a day.
Seriously?
Yeah.
How many days so far?
A week.
How much weight have you lost?
I have no idea.
He looks-
I
he
basically
looks thin.
I just maintain because I love food.
Oh, so
So
you
I just
figured you
run to
could eat more.
maintain.
Now he's just eating 8 miles worth of food every day.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm doing like Michael Phelps. I figure he eats 12,000 calories. So I do.
Yeah, you're
10.
just like Michael Phelps.
In so many ways.
Yes.
Is this because of that entire obesity thing that Michelle Obama is doing, or the Jamie Oliver food stuff, or is that just your own initiative?
Just the shower. I'm going. Jesus Christ, what happened?
Yeah. Well, you could have said that
Since
a couple
when?
years ago. Yeah.
What happened to you when?
Where do you run?
What?
In Central Park? Is that where you run?
Riverside Park.
I need to check it out.
Yeah.
So you just decided to
right
run
outside
one
the
day.
river.
Are you a food addict? You have an addiction to food? It's tough. Food's a tough addiction.
I'm a foodie, yeah. So if I go to a restaurant and they go, "Hey, want dessert?" I'm like, "Sure."
You're a bad eater? Yeah, it's hard, man.
Jimmy, do you ever think people just like stuff a lot?
Yes, I do.
You do?
However, when it affects them negatively, there's a line.
But doesn't everything affect you negatively if you
No.
indulge in it a little more than you should? Like they're talking about Jesse James, who was not the cowboy, the one that was
I
fucking
remember him
that
from the Brady
tattooed
Bunch
bitch.
when he shot that kid's grandfather in the back.
Oh, what a tragic episode. The one that was Sandra Bullock, and he was banging that tattooed girl. Now I hear he is going into sex rehab. Why can't a guy just enjoy fucking women?
You can.
And not have to go into rehab and have this big apology tour and, oh, yes, I was so wrong. Hey, he's married. He's fucking someone. You shouldn't do that, but
Right.
it doesn't necessarily mean you're an addict. Now,
I
it's
agree.
negatively affecting your life.
Right.
Obviously, he's married. He can't stay faithful. But everyone that does that doesn't necessarily have an addiction
You're right.
that needs treatment.
Right. I'm asking Roland if he thinks he's a food addict, though.
Oh, okay.
Because
I would say yes.
food addiction is really fucking hard, man. It's
Because
a
you have to eat.
You have to eat, and then you got to do it healthy. It's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
It's like that. Sex and food are very similar.
It's like
that.
cigarettes, you could quit and never have them again. Alcohol, you could quit and never have it again. But food, you kind of have to eat.
Frederick, you have a thing for food addicts in general.
Oh,
Yeah,
are you
yeah.
addicted
Well,
to food
well,
addicts?
yeah.
Well, I have had a few flings with women who they style pictures for food magazines, and they also nibble, probably at the photo shoots because they've been huge, and you don't realize that is actually a profession that people actually style photo shoots with
Yeah,
just food.
I've seen some of those.
But
Yeah, 'cause it never
and-
looks
and-
like it does in the
yeah.
picture.
Every time Philip brings this up, I feel terrible because my wife will think that she should be fatter, which I don't think she should be. But I have had a little fling with.
There's
with
this show on Swedish television called Generation Fat, and it's a Swedish TV personality who just travels across America to meet with fat people, and also a lot of feeders.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw this episode.
Feeders are the weirdest fucking things, aren't they? They just like they
Well,
like
but
people
is
that
it
are
weird?
fat.
I don't know if it's weirder than someone who likes to fuck hookers. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's like it's just different fetishes.
As one who does, I can tell you, feeding some fucking monstrosity while they sit there and smell up your living room
It's a little different.
But there was this-
is very sick.
There was this guy who wanted his wife to just roll around in the mud, and it was raining. She was like a pig, and he was taking pictures of her.
Wow,
And that was
yeah,
like
that's-
normal America to
that sounds
Swedes.
like a little-
That's why we have a sort of weird perception of America.
Really? But then you guys must think Japan is like completely
Well,
off its rocker.
I was there, or we were there, and what I realized what was weird was the nicest gift you can give a Japanese guy is a Euro-produced porn movie or an American-produced porn movie.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard to get your hands on them over there.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, and they're probably tired of the Japanese one. Don't they pixelate out all the pubic
Yeah,
hairs?
it's
and
in
stuff?
the,
Well, not just the pubic hair, I guess, but it's mostly rapist porn.
Yeah, they have
Yes,
a rape
it's
fetish
crazy.
there, yeah.
Always girls being raped on the subway.
Isn't it a conquered country complex? Like
Germany's
they
like
never
that, too.
kind of got to. Yeah, the German shit videos and stuff. They got to be fucking a chicken and
Caviar
shitting
videos,
on
Ant.
somebody.
We want-
Caviar
They're called
videos.
caviar
With a K,
videos.
yes.
I don't know where that plays in Sweden because Sweden has been neutral in many wars, which puts
Yes.
it to shame. I know we need. We have always
How
have
you
to
guys
defend.
stay out of it? It just amazes me.
But we get
Making
we met a
deals with
woman
the
in Sweden
Germans.
who was objectum fetish object fetish.
Or objectum sexual, I don't know.
She was married to the Berlin Wall. I was in her bedroom, and she sleeps with small fences in her bed. And on one occasion, she and 3 German women actually went on a group date to New York with the Empire State Building, which I thought was they just went up to that huge building and they just stood there hugging it.
and
she's
they're
completely
hot
sane.
on like, yeah, kind of.
They're not
Yeah,
hot
she even
themselves.
changed her name to like Wall Winter.
No, they're
I
like
think.
hot on structures though.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what they like.
She's just looking for attention, though.
Yeah, that's-
I don't
Yeah.
think so with her.
If you
though.
change your
So
name
is the
to
Empire
Wall,
State Building, by the way.
yeah, that really is a big fucking giant notice me.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You can't say she's completely sane after you said that she hugged the Empire State Building.
Well, have you tried it? It's not that. Yeah, I mean, it's not
I'm not
really
hugging no
that.
building.
Yeah, well.
No.
It was terrible about the
It's just-
James thing. Now the tattoo artist recommends Sandra Bullock to get an HIV test, which would really.
Oh yeah, now
So
that
that's-
set things off.
Yeah.
Have you guys
Well, I
ever
think
been
with-
tested
What tested?
for
what?
HIV?
No, I'm gonna keep walking until all of a sudden I'm like, I'm tired, and I die.
All right, fair enough.
What do you need to
Tested
know?
for it.
What are you guys about? So you got this, you got the big show. And
Well,
Big
I don't
show.
know if it's the big show. It's
now you spend time in America, though. Checking
Yeah,
out America.
for the last 10 years, we've traveled all over America and meeting a lot of strange people in the American countryside, and there are a plethora is a word I like
Oh,
to use on
yeah.
American radio. And then we interview some celebrities as well. We were talking about Gary Busey earlier in the elevator because we interviewed him once, and a lot of people have-
American have
Yeah,
done that.
he's been
though.
on television before, but we had
Wait,
to
is
have
Gary Busey here today?
No.
We
this is
just
another
started
time.
talking to him because he likes family values for some reason, and we started talking about family values. We had to have an 11-hour meeting with him prior to the interview just because he wanted to get it right, and we couldn't take breaks. And my wife was in the car outside waiting because she thought it was going to be a 5-minute thing.
Wow.
And for 11 hours, he held us essentially
Hostage.
That
Yeah.
was terrible.
Yeah.
ordeal.
Did anyone tell you he's completely insane?
Yeah.
Before you went
we
in.
realized
He's,
after 3
he's,
minutes.
he's talking about his Vuja days. He sees everything for the first time,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
but he was. But I mean, we've done several shows over here. So, and now we're
was
doing
kinda
the
normal.
little nosebleed night shift thing on Raw Dog every Thursday,
Oh.
and then we're here for 3 days now, airing live every day.
Where do you live?
Well, I live in Los Angeles actually, and Fredrik lives in Stockholm, and
That
then
makes
we
you
air.
scum to these guys.
Well, I guess. Well, I have been living in Sweden most of the time. I'm moving back May 15th.
How are the taxes over there?
It's terrible. It's 62%, I think.
What?
Oh, well, it's the same as here. So screw it.
62%.
But I think it adds up for you guys when you pay your I don't know, health insurance or whatever you have.
No,
to
it
pay.
doesn't. 62%.
So
Wow.
you say you pay that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
that's
don't.
About what I
No.
pay.
No, okay. So
That's
you
about
have,
what I pay.
Okay.
Yeah, the government loves to just take.
But it's pretty. Have you been to Sweden?
But then you have what, like healthcare and stuff
well,
like that.
we got free school and stuff
Free
like that.
school.
Oh, free
and-
college, too?
So you
Free
pay the shit,
college.
you pay a lot of tax, and then it's like everything's.
Long time ago.
She was a weirdo.
Wow.
He's gone.
Wow.
No, it's not gone.
All right, look.
It's not gone.
That was the worst one you've ever done in your life. and I've been there for years worth.
Thank you.
What did you eat last night, Jimmy? This is the best part of this whole
Holy
thing.
shit.
Well, today I had kumquats. I think it was the kumquats.
Oh my God! I had to leave the studio.
It's bad. It's still bad too.
It was like a fucking.
No, Jimmy, it had to be something you ate yesterday.
gassing.
What was your food combo yesterday?
I had 2 Swedish fish.
Yeah.
I had a Comedy Cellar, a Fiesta salad. With no cheese. I had no cheese.
No cheese, okay. There's
And then
some
I had
half
like
and half in there.
a very low-fat Klondike bar. They're like 150 calories.
Holy fuck!
I know that lemon smells terrible.
No, that's good. The Lysol's good.
I made a bubble.
Wow, Jimmy, if you could eke one of those out in the elevator with someone's in there, I would fucking probably collapse from laughing so hard. That is so offensive. So utterly offensive.
Do you know that's when we and Florentine were in first class that time farting? I was farting.
Well,
they were all like that. Do you understand how horrible they were?
Yes, I do. That is really, really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was under the vent, so like fresh air was blowing in my face and back toward Jim.
Oh, yeah, trying to push the fart
So Jimmy
back.
was downwind. The fart fought against the current like a salmon. It spawned in my nose.
Well, I had the perfect newspaper wave. I fanned it with the paper, and it
But
just
slowly. So that whole thing came over like a single cloud.
but it was all over you like an animal.
It was like the mist.
Yeah, it really was. So happy.
Wow, was that incredibly bad.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I wish I had one of those fucking bad boys on the elevator.
Oh,
Well,
that would be funny.
save one
Hopefully.
up for the elevator.
Yeah, save
Dude,
it up.
if I could save one for the elevator,
Oh.
I'd be such a happy boy.
Jimmy did that once on the way down. There was some woman in the elevator, and Jimmy fucking cracked one, and she was so fucking pissed. And we were laughing. And she was pissed out on the sidewalk.
Yeah,
like,
she's a cunt.
we went out the door, and she's still there just livid.
Of course, she's a chick. Why would she laugh? Fucking, that's why, exactly. Funny chick. Remember on the elevator on the XM going up? It was always a great place for gassers.
Oh, God. And because then we couldn't stop laughing. We'd all try to turn away from each other, and we'd be shaking, but trying not to make a sound. And whoever's in there that wasn't in on the joke was just angry.
We just beat the shit out of our fellow workers
So
over there.
angry.
Fucking guy minds his own business. He ends up going in the building with mustard on his head. We were just fucking awful to everybody.
I really am. Somebody's suggesting here, Darkfire, I should have a gas mask over here.
That's not a bad
and do like, remember the first Gulf War? When the reporters were like, gas! And they'd pull the gas mask
What was
on?
his name? The Scud guy.
Saddam Hussein?
Nah, he had
Chemical
He wasn't the
Ali?
guy that freaked out, though.
the Scud Stud. What the fuck? Help me
Yeah.
out on CNN.
Scud
He had a
Stud.
fucking name and everything.
Yeah. The Scud Stud was,
What the fuck was his name?
put Scud Stud, you'll get it.
I don't know if that was his nickname.
His name will come. It was.
It was?
Yeah, Arthur Kent.
Arthur Kent.
Arthur Kent. But it wasn't Arthur Kent. It was an old reporter, and I think he was near Arthur Kent, and a Patriot missile had just launched.
Oh, the guy that got
So they
freaked
thought
out?
a Scud was coming in. A Scud was coming in. A Patriot launched, and the guy went, he smelt the exhaust from the Patriot. And he yelled, gas! And he's pulling the gas mask on. And I think Arthur Kent was just looking at him without a gas mask on, like, what are you doing?
What's wrong with you?
The guy was a reporter?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he totally freaked out. He lost his mind. He's trying to pull the mask on it sideways. He would have been so dead anyway because he smelt it already.
You sure that's not the... Wait, that's not the novel I was writing?
No.
About-
What's your novel, Jim?
About the hero who was, like, fighting chemical warfare?
What's it called?
I don't have a name yet. It's untitled. I think it's going to be called Chemical Warfare Versus... And then it's just going to be ...
Oh, that's cool. What's the main character's name?
I don't know. You might not like it.
No, I'll probably like it.
His name is Turk February.
Turk February. Oh, boy. Look at everyone trying to snatch that one up for various Pal Talk and Twitters and everything else. Turk February.
Yeah.
So what does Turk February do?
He's just a man of great Intrigued.
Intrigue?
Yes.
International intrigue?
And danger.
Danger.
Yes, whenever there's danger, Turk February is there.
Wow. Turk February. Just like your fart. Worst one yet.
Wow.
I love it.
How do you follow that up? But Brian in Cape Cod's going to try. Brian.
Oh, my God.
Motherfucking Brian.
Hey.
What's up, Brian? Name of the day.
I fly back and forth to Nantucket. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Cape Cod.
Yeah, but see the guy there?
Yeah.
He's apparently got...
His cock is so long, Steve sucked it.
Anyway,
I wiped off my chin, and then I would grin, and you just keep talking stupid.
flying back and forth.
He just told his whole story.
Holy
He's still talking. What are you doing?
As soon as we got airborne on one of those little Cessna planes.
I don't even
Can
know.
you start over? In life, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, I fucking ripped ass in the plane, and there was an old lady.
He does.
probably about-
This is the worst experience of any of our lives.
and she actually,
Look at him.
threw up on herself trying to throw up into the vomit bag.
Sir? Sir?
Yeah,
Can you hear us?
kind of. Not really.
Kind of, not really.
My phone's breaking up.
With who?
With him.
With his ear.
Yeah. I wish it was breaking up because it exploded.
Yeah, exactly. I wish the Israelis were after you. They put a little bomb in your phone, and it went kablooey. That almost happened to Turk February.
Oh, wow.
Yes, but he wears a prosthetic ear,
Oh,
so
he
he was
does?
uninjured, yes.
As he talks more.
Yes, Turk February's prosthetic ear, he hides things in it.
Oh,
He had to tell us that he was
that's
leaving.
clever.
Yeah, it's how he sneaks tires into the country.
Tires?
Yes, he always brings in his own vehicle piece by
That's
piece.
very big.
Yes, Turk February has giant prosthetic ears.
That doesn't work.
It does. 2 tires at a time.
I can understand if he had a prosthetic ear and he's maybe smuggling diamonds or microfilm.
No, those he just carries and shows customs. Turk February hates tax cheats.
But,
He's a man who pays his taxes.
but if he's a man of international intrigue, he's
And
gotta
mystery.
and mystery,
Yes.
he has to sneak these things in.
Yes.
Things like microfilm
Yes.
and audio
He doesn't
tapes
believe in
and-
microfilm.
No?
No, he has a sketch artist with him who draws everything.
So
would be cumbersome.
how come he's not caught by the other side, whoever he's fighting?
He's just too slick. He's good at talking his way out of everything. Turk February can talk his way out of at least 40% of the situations he gets himself into.
40%.
Yes, the other time he's either beaten or he goes to jail for long periods of time.
How does he explain the giant prosthetic ears?
Well, they say, "What's with your ears?" He goes, "Oh, I'm hiding things in there." Turk February's an honest man.
And again, 60% of the time he's put away.
He does get caught, or sometimes he'll do a handstand and use the wheels in his ears as a hand dolly, like the mall cop. Turk February is impossible to track down. He's a man of intrigue and mystery and strength.
Like the
does a-
mall cop.
Yeah. He does a headstand.
Army Bob wants in. Army
Oh,
Bob.
Army Bob. Turk February laughs at you.
Turk February sucks cock.
No, not unless it's called for. If it's part of the case.
That's how he gets out of getting caught so many times.
Yes.
He just sucks cock.
That's right.
And then they let him right through with all the secrets.
No, I wanted Ann to know that the M1A1 mask did not work against farts.
Oh, no?
They were
Wow.
How's
useless.
that possible?
Wow, you would think, I guess what, not much substance to a fart? Not on a molecular level?
No, it slips right through, no
Wow.
matter what filters you use.
So he should have made
we're
fart
stupid.
scuds. Just have Jimmy farting
They-
inside nose cones.
Well, for our
Traitor.
Turk February sabotaged all the weapons and he put sugar in the cones so that roaches and bugs would crawl on the soldiers.
That doesn't seem very
Turk
economical.
February is a patient man.
He's very patient in war.
He sure is. He actually sometimes, once every 3 or 4 months, he goes to Antarctica with a lighter and he says he's going to speed up the polar ice caps melting. It's part of his plan to destroy Europe.
That is a dumb plan.
No, it's not. Turk
It'd take
February.
a long
He's
time.
a patient man of intrigue.
And you don't have any idea what this latest story is about that you're writing?
Well, Turk February hears that there are intercontinental ballistic nuclear Scud missiles.
Oh, wow.
And they're being hidden somewhere. and he has to go and find them
Yeah.
and disarm them, and he has exactly 30 seconds, and the president calls him on his phone
Oh,
and
the
says,
president.
we're all depending on you, Turk, and the whole world is watching him on a TV.
Wow, really?
Yes.
And he's got to go. And how does he disarm these?
Well, it's hard for him to run because he has shoes like the lady with the giant fat legs. You know the lady in the giant fat lady shoes? Yes.
Those giant shoes?
Yes, Turk has giantitis of the thighs and feet and cankles. Turk has cankles. Yes, Turk always wears a sharkskin suit. And that lady's shoes.
That lady right there.
I don't want to ruin the ending or anything, but is Turk normally successful in something like this?
He always is, yes.
Yeah, he disarms.
He punches the missiles and they break.
Oh, wow. Why is that? He's a strong guy?
Yes, Turk February packs a punch like nobody's business.
All right.
That's the tagline of the movie.
I'm going to make a great poster.
Yeah. Turk February packs a punch like nobody's business.
I can't wait to read this latest tome.
And it's got him punching something like a sheet or a drape.
Some kind of.
Those shoes are so stupid.
Her fucking shoes rule.
They are gigantic.
Did you ever see the one where the one foot's pointed backwards?
Oh, yeah.
Her
she's a
feet are
wreck.
fucking terrible.
Just a disaster.
What a foot fetish dream.
Those would really stink, I bet.
Oh.
Sweaty, big, deformed feet.
I know. A fucking horrible fucking like basis from In Excess face.
A woman living in there. Got so many kids, she don't know what to do.
There was a lady who had a fat shoe. She had no kids because no one would fuck her. Nice feet, dick.
Shit. I am just going to fucking think about the adventures of Turk February all day. Does he have a dolphin-shaped penis? Is he from America? Yeah, he's American, right?
He is,
It's all
but nobody
American.
knows really a lot about his family.
Very mysterious.
His whole goal is to catch the man who murdered his parents.
Oh.
That's his whole goal.
What about his love life? Is there any romantic interest in the story?
Yes.
Yeah.
Turk February is always trying to seduce a small child.
Jesus.
Always.
Always.
Trying to seduce a child.
Does Turk get caught for this?
He certainly does. He carries a Pez dispenser with Vicodin in it. And he gives the little youngsters.
We got a question coming in for Turk February.
Yes. Oh. Turk February.
Brett in Florida.
Good evening.
Hey.
I want to know the name of Turk February's arch nemesis.
Oh, very good question.
FBI.
Wow. Is that an acronym?
What's that? No, it's the guy's name. Bye.
Just got to get past that F.
Yeah, it's a really tough name to say.
And then you can pronounce the rest
Turk
of it.
February versus Bye.
Bye. Oh, by the way, speaking of Turk's love life, love interest thing, that reminded me of something I saw last night that was a little disturbing. Little disturbing. You know how they make songs for commercials sometimes that you know they wanted to use another song but either couldn't get the rights or it's just easier to do it so it's almost a sideways version, but you absolutely recognize it?
What song?
Gary Glitter's Rock and Roll number 1 or something, right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, something like that.
Pampers commercial.
No.
Showing a little kid on like all fours crawling with its little ass up in the air and crawling to this.
That.
And it's like, da, da, and you hear, hey, da, but it's just sideways enough.
They do that on purpose. Come on. They're fucking with
the
us.
second I saw it, I was like,
They're fucking with us. The guy
this is absolutely...
Isn't the guy in jail finally for his child fucking raping?
He might have gotten out.
Or whatever the hell he was up to. He might have got up. What was it? Kiddie porn? What was he?
Yeah.
A little of everything?
Yeah, he went to...
All the above?
Yeah, at first he took his computer in to be serviced.
I'm just looking at. I'm just pulling stuff up blind.
No, that ain't it. It's the second it started, I was like, "Holy shit! I cannot believe." But it shows kids like crawling around like that.
Or they're just using
And
Gary Glitter.
yeah,
rock and
they're
roll.
using like a sideways version of it.
Turk and his partner look for men like this.
Is it? And they were outside. It was something outside.
Oh, we gotta find that. I
It
gotta
was
hear
no,
that.
yeah. Pamper. It was kind of an outdoor park thing, I think. I'm not sure.
Turk's partner's in the hospital, though.
What?
He was injured. He was running
Turk's
in
got a part, of course.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
And he was injured.
What happened?
He was running in a tennis shoe, and there was a nail he didn't see, and he caught tetanus.
He got tetanus.
Yes.
You never see that in an action movie.
No.
The partner getting tetanus.
His partner, Bill Tuttleberry, has to sit out.
Bill Tuttleberry? That's
February.
Turk February's partner?
Yes.
Bill Tuttleberry?
Bill Tuttleberry.
You're proud of that name, aren't you?
How couldn't be?
yeah, that's a good one.
Wow. Oh, shit. All right. I'm packing up. That's it.
That's how
I'm
it
done.
ends? With
I'm
a
done.
fart?
I'm done.
With a fart?
Oh, my God.
All right, well, fucking
Oh, my God.
get out of here then. We'll go backstage one more time, speaking
Oh,
of
my
farts
God.
and shit.
Holy shit. Oh, my God. Help me. Oh, this is horrible. Oh, no. This is the worst catastrophe I've ever seen. Oh, get out of the way.
I wanted to hold it for the
Oh,
elevator, but I
humanity.
couldn't. It snuck out.
Oh.